What is up guys, and welcome to this video. Today we are going to rank roles on AGL Now I do believe that this is necessary. It's a guide for every new beginner out there, but it's also for experienced fantasy players out there. I will put out the roles how I like them, how I dislike them, and I will just tell you my thoughts about it. And yeah, it's been a lot has been changed this season, a lot has been nerfed, so let's get straight into it. I will tell you what I think. Let's start with the AWP role. Now the most obvious one, we all know it, it's still the best role. You can use it on Monacy, you can use it on Saiwu, but okay, now the multi-frag role is better on Saiwu, but you can put the AWP role on like any AWPer, but it's obviously better on some players like Monacy. But I'll leave it as an S tier for now, the most obvious one. Now let's get into the support role here. The support role, as I believe, is the one that has been nerfed the most. I used to love the support role, putting it on Inters, putting on Perfecto, but now it's not as good as it has been. The small trigger bonus is very hard to trigger, therefore I will put it as a high tier for now. Multi-frag role can be extremely good, but only okay in most of the cases. Like on Saiwu, for example, on Nico, you know, those really extreme good golden players, this is great. But at those mediocre players, it's not actually not that great. So I do believe it's like the support role now. Maybe you can use it on some more players, on some great players. I'll put it on high tier, C tier for now. Now I like this new role. I love to get some new blood into fantasy. We play with the same ones for like what is it now? Like three fantasies. So I use this role. I used it on Snappy. I used it on Hunter, and it has been great. It has been triggered the max bonus many times. I like it a lot. I will put it as an A tier for now. Going down to the attacker role, I used to hate this role. Many other roles were better in the past fantasies, but actually it has gone up a bit. Maybe not the best, but it's okay on some players. But I do believe the support role, multi-role can be better on depending on what lineup you got. So therefore I will put it after this. Now the in-game leader role used to be an S tier role for me. Now it has been nerfed as well. It will only get you 5 max trigger points, 5 points if the team wins 2-0. If the team wins 2-1, then we'll only get 2 points. So it's been nerfed, but it's still great to put on some budget players, or maybe on a player you know that doesn't fit into any role but is still on a winning team. So the in-game role is really good on that player, and therefore I will put it as something like this. The stat hunter role, I do not like the stat hunter role because either players are good at T side, they are good at CT side. I don't like this something in between. I never use it, and I haven't used it since the updates either. So I will put it as a D tier. The entry frag role suits many players, some better than others. We all know it. It's extremely good on Art. It's good on Xertion. It's good on Yekindar. Now I don't believe if it's as good on Yekindar anymore because he's in-game leader right now, but it's good still. I will put it as a B tier. The camp role is great. I do like this role. I didn't use it as much before, but now I like it. Now we can suddenly pick 2 AWPers, and I know some players are like, you can't have 2 AWPers, but that is not true, because on some players the camp role is even better, because on someone like Cadian, for example, he doesn't use the AWP as much as someone like Monacy. So if you got Monacy, you can put the AWP role, but I believe the camp role is better on someone like Cadian. and it got extremely good chances to trigger the max trigger as well. So therefore I will put it as an S tier. The defender role used to be a favorite, or maybe not a favorite, but a really good role before, but it's not as good anymore. I will, somewhere here it is now, I believe. It's better than Stat Hunter, but it can be better than Attacker, but it can be worse than Attacker. So these ones can be either something like this. The Aegis role is good on some players, like Twists, like Bit, like I believe those are like the best. It's still good on some other players, like Rain is good on Aegis, but on other players it's decent. So it's like the entry role, but I believe it can be even easier to trigger the small rating. I'm really not sure, but something like this, guys. And coming down to the last role, it's the noob role. Now, many think the noob role is bad. I do like the noob role. I think it's something like an insurance for your team, because on every team there's almost always 1 or 2 budget players, and the in-game role is almost always occupying one of the budget players. So then you got the noob role, and some players tend to have even worse rating, maybe Hooksy or Carrigan, for example, now. So if you take someone like Carrigan, because he's extremely cheap, but he's still on Phase, and you believe Phase will go far, the noob role can be pretty good, because if the team is winning, then that is great. Carrigan will get some extra points for winning, and he will probably do decent, so he will get 2 points for triggering the small trigger. But if the team does bad, then the in-game leader, or the budget player, will have worse rating, and then he will trigger the max bonus. So therefore I do like the noob role. I believe it can be something like this. So this is my final list, guys. Maybe if I sleep on it, I will put something like this, or something like, switch something. But now you get an idea of how I'm thinking. Like, if I would make a team right now, maybe I will buy Manassi, put Opera roll, maybe not use the camper roll this time, or maybe Cadian, put the camper roll. Buy a budget player, someone like, I don't know, Hooksy, put in game leader role. Maybe we got Snappy with a eco thing here, and this time not the noob role, then someone like Bit, and extremely good with Aegis. So yeah, then we got our team settled. So this is how I'm thinking. Now discuss, put a comment what you think. I would like to rate if you do your list, then link it. Tell me how you are thinking, guys. So I would appreciate if you subscribe, like, comment, do all this stuff, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.